Hey everyone, welcome back to Solo Party. My name is Kane, and we are back to some Slay the Spire on Ascension 10 now with the Defect. So on Ascension 10, we are now going to have harder bosses. So you can see in the top left there that all those bosses have their upgraded versions, so they will be more difficult. Let's go ahead and roll to see which one we'll be facing. Okay, up against the Slime Boss. Alright, so we're going to get our 3 coin and card reward. Then we get to choose between upgrading a card, adding a random rare card, or gaining 10 and gaining a curse. Now that's all very interesting. Let's go ahead and check out our regular card reward we're going to get. For our card reward, we can choose between a Scrape, a Storm, and a Barrage. And I think I'm interested in going with the Storm. Start to see if we can get some lightning and orb generation. Then, I think because we do have this early shop right here, I'm going to go ahead and take that 10 gold and gain a curse because we'll easily be able to remove that. And we drew into a parasite. Okay, so actually when we remove this from the shop, we're going to lose 2 HP. And now we'll roll for our first encounter. Okay, we'll be facing off against the cultist. All right, we always find that one. Okay, at the start of combat, we channel our lightning and we will draw our opening hand. We have a strike, a parasite, a strike, a defend, and a strike. So this is going to be a pretty simple turn for us. We are just going to spend 1 in order to block the incoming damage. Well, I guess let's roll to see if we get that defense. Okay, we did not, so yeah, we'll have to spend 1 to get that defend. And then we spend our last 2 on some basic strikes for 2 more damage, taking it down to 7. Our turn ends and our lightning hits it for 1 more, putting it down to 6. Then we're attacked for 1, which we block, and it gains a strength. We'll draw our new hand of a dual cast, defend, Ascender's Bane, defend, and defend. Okay. We'll roll the die. On a4, we do gain 1 block at the start. We're being attacked for 2, so we will go ahead and spend 1 of these in order to play a defend to get that 2 block we need. And we will go ahead and spend 1 for our dual cast, which will deal a total of 4 damage to the cultist. That brings it down to 2. We end our turn, and our Ascender's Bane exhausts. We are then attacked for 2, which we block, and we can start the next turn after giving it another strength. Alright, we'll draw our next hand here. We just need 2 damage in order to defeat it. We have a strike and a zap. So yeah, we drew the damage that we would need in our hand, 1 damage, and then 1 damage at the end from the lightning. So we have taken care of the cultist. We're going to go up to 16 gold and look at a card reward. And between a Tempest, Skim, and Compile Driver, let's continue to lean into that orb generation and go for a Tempest. Next up, we have an event to check out. We've got the Wheel of Change. Okay, so we're going to roll the die and then get our result. Okay, on a4, we gain a relic. Okay, awesome. So we're going to start out with a Birdface Urn. When we play a power, gain a block. Okay, so we do have 1 power in our deck, so that will at least do something for us. After that, we have a normal encounter, and this is going to be against the Red Slaver. All right, let's get started with our new opening hand here. We've got our Zap, Defend, Strike, Strike, and a Strike. All right, let's roll the die. On a2, we gain nothing, but we know the Red Slaver is going to be attacking for 2 and giving us a daze. So we don't have a lot of defense here, but we will put up what we can, so we'll spend 1 to gain 1 block with our defend. Then we'll spend 1 energy in order to zap and channel another lightning. And we'll spend our last energy on a strike to go ahead and deal 1 upfront damage, taking it to 9, and we end our turn, and the 2 lightning will take it down to 7. We're then attacked for 2, we can only block 1, so we go down to 6 HP. And we put a daze on top of our deck. Now back to our turn, draw another 5, we get our dazed of course, followed by a strike, dual cast, defend, and a storm. We roll the die, and on a 3, we still get nothing, but this time the Red Slaver is attacking for 2 and giving us a vulnerable. So we'll start by spending 1 energy, and we will go ahead and dual cast, so we evoke 1 of these for 4 damage. That takes the Red Slaver down to 3. I'll then spend 1 energy on a strike to take it down to 2. I'll then spend 1 energy on our storm, because that's a power, that's going to give us a block, and then we can spend our last energy on a defend to get to 2 block, and so we'll be able to block everything from the Red Slaver. We end our turn, 1 damage from our lightning takes it down to 2, and then we're attacked for 2, but we block it, and it's going to give us a vulnerable. Then at the start of our turn, we channel a lightning, And honestly, we don't need to do anything else. It has 2 HP. We've got 2 lightning. We could end our turn, and it would defeat the red slaver. So we'll go up to 17 gold and get a card reward. All right, between a compile driver, recycle, and charge battery, we are generating a lot of orbs, or at least starting to. So I think a charge battery is going to be really useful for us. And now we're going to visit that merchant. All right, so after drawing the cards, I'm not really interested in any of those, and we do have just the right amount of coins to be able to get 2 relics and a card removal, because it does cost 4. So let's go ahead and start by removing that curse for 4, bringing us down to 13 gold. And remember, whenever we remove it, we lose 2 health, so we go down to 4 HP. And then for our 13 remaining, we can pick up the ink bottle for 6, leaving us with 7 left, which will get us a duality since it's on sale. And with only 4 HP, I don't want to die right before we get to that bonfire, so we're not going to take the elite, and we're just going to get a regular hallway encounter. And this puts us up against a small slime, acid slime, and spike slime. Alright, let's get this started. We've got our lightning channeled, and we're drawing into a strike, defend, 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 and a zap. Okay, roll of the die gets us a 1, which does not trigger anything for us, but that means we'll be getting attacked for a total of 3, and the acid slime will be weakening us. And yeah, I think we're kind of just forced to spend all of our energy for 3 basic defense to get the 3 block that we need. So we'll end our turn, and let's start working down this spike slime here, taking it down to 4. Then we're attacked for 1, then we're weakened, and then attacked for another 2. And it's back to us for the draw. We get a Tempest, a Storm, Defend, a Cinder's Bane, and a Strike. Roll the die again here. A 1 again. Does not get us anything, but same pattern is going to happen. So first thing we'll do is spend 1 energy in order to play our Power Storm, which will give us 1 block thanks to Birdface Urn. And then I will go ahead and play my Tempest. That's going to give us 2 more lightning channeled. Then we'll end the turn there. And our 3 lightning damage, we'll just put that on the small slime to take it out, so that's 1 less damage we have to deal with. Then we're going to be weakened again by the acid slime. And then attacked for 2, and we only have 1 block, so we do go down to 3 HP. At the start of our turn, we channel a lightning, which will evoke one of them for 2 damage, so we'll put the spike slime down to 2. We'll draw our 5, which gets us a strike, strike, dual cast, and charge battery, as well as another strike. Okay. We'll start by spending 1 and double evoking one of our lightning orbs for 4 damage, and we will send one of those over to the spike slime to defeat it, and another one to the acid slime to put it at 3. I reckon we should also roll the die here. Okay, on a 4. That's going to give us a 2 damage, which takes the acid slime down to 1. We also gain a block, but yeah, we just end our turn because we have the lightning orbs, that's right, to defeat the acid slime. So for that, we're going to go up to 1 gold and a card reward. And now, between a Blizzard, Machine Learning, and Skim, I think we like Machine Learning here for that extra card draw, and it still does pair with Birdface Urn to give us a block on the turn that we play it. And next up at the campfire, we are definitely taking the heal there, so healing for 3 is going to put us back up to 6 HP. Then we'll continue ahead for a free relic. And the relic we got is the Abacus, once per room, plus 1 to the die result, and 6 will wrap around if you use it on a 6. But since we are starting to attempt Act 4 runs now, we are going to give up this relic in order to gain one of the keys that we need by the end of Act 3 to access Act 4. So we're giving up the Abacus to gain one of those keys that we need. And now 6 HP makes me feel a lot better about this upcoming elite, so let's go ahead and try to take that one on. And we're up against Gremlin Knob. Not necessarily what we wanted to see. We're really hoping to have a big setup turn where we can go ahead and play a skill to get out a lot of orbs. Okay, let's get things started. Opening hand gets us a strike, defend, machine learning, strike, and a Tempest. Okay, Tempest is exactly what we needed here. I don't even think we want to play the machine learning because we could play that at a later turn to gain a block without playing a skill. So I think we are simply just going to play our Tempest in order to channel 3 lightning that will evoke 1 that we have. So we are going to deal 2 damage, taking it down to 15. We then end our turn, and another 3 damage takes it down to 12. Oh, I guess we should have rolled just in case we get some damage on a 4, and we did. Okay, perfect. So another 2 damage takes it to 10. And of course, the Gremlin Omb is just gaining Enraged on its turn, and it's going to be back to us. So we draw our hand of 5. We get our Charge Battery, our Strike, Defend, defend, and defend. Okay, not a great hand there. We are being attacked for 3. So we can at least spend one of these in order to play our charge battery, which we have 3 orbs, so we gain 2 block, as well as 1 energy, going back up to 3. We then do take 1 damage from Enraged, but we gained 1 block off it, which is better than nothing. And we can spend 1 more energy for a strike to take it down to 9. And that's really all we're going to be able to do. Oh, again, I guess we need to roll. Let's see here. A 5 gains us another block and a card draw. Okay, we do have energy, so if we draw into a strike, we could at least play it. Okay, we drew into a zap. But to take damage, I don't think it's going to be worth it. I think we still end our turn there. And 3 more damage takes the knob down to 6. We're attacked for 3. We have 2 block, so we take 1 damage going down to 5. The knob strengthens, and it's back to us. 5 more cards gets us a dual cast, a storm, a Cinder's Bane, strike, and a defend. Okay. So we'll start by we'll start by rolling the die. And that's cocked. We'll roll again. Okay, on a 2, we're going to gain 2 block. And that's perfect for us, because that allows us to play dual cast for 1, which will evoke one of these for 4 damage, taking it down to 2. We take 1 damage from Enrage, but we have block for it, and then we can end our turn, and the last 2 orbs will defeat the Gremlin Knob. For that, we gain another 2 gold going to 3, as well as a relic. So we gained a sundial and a card reward. So I really like all of these options here. I'm struggling to think which one I want to take. I think maybe not Ball Lightning, just because we do have so many ways to channel lightning right now. Cool-Headed is great, but I would really like it upgraded for the card draw too. And Loop is a power, so that does play into our Birdface Urn, which is also defensive. So yeah, I think Loop, because it gives us a little bit of defense while also double triggering some of our orbs, and it'll help obviously with Frost orbs that we might get later on as well. And for our next event, we have... Okay, so this room becomes a merchant. All right, I feel like we'd really love to get that blood vial, but we definitely do not have enough money for that. So with our 3 gold, I think we might spend that on the Doom and Gloom card. That gives us a little bit of AoE as well as channeling more dark orbs, which is going to help us get to that extra energy on our charge battery, as well as darkness scales with the amount of powers we have in play, and we've already taken several of those. So we are going to pick up Doom and Gloom. After that, we're not going to go left to get another merchant since there's not going to be anything we can really do. So we'll go to the right to get a event, and that's going to give us the big fish. So we're going to be able to heal 2, upgrade a starter strike, gain a relic and a curse, or remove a starter strike. And I definitely think for the deck we're trying to build, let's go ahead and remove a starter strike. And now we have another regular encounter up against a group of gremlins. So pretty good that we just got that AoE. Maybe it'll come in handy here. So we're playing solo, so we only summon 2. All right, we ended up pulling another Mad and a Sneaky. So let's see what we're going to be able to do about that. We've got a strike, a Cinder's Bane, strike and defend, and Doom and Gloom. Okay, we need to roll the die. We're hoping to get some defense here. Okay, on 2. That does give us 2 block, as well as 2 more energy now that we have Sundial. So we're up to 5. That is really good. So we're going to go ahead and spend that 2 extra that we just gained, and we'll go ahead, do that Doom and Gloom. That's going to immediately take out the Sneaky Gremlin, put the Mad Gremlin at the front down to 2, and the middle one down to 3. And they will both gain a strength from that. That also gives us our first Dark Orb. And we can then go ahead and spend 2 energy for 2 basic strikes, and that will take out the front Mad Gremlin. And we have the 2 block needed to block the Mad Gremlin's attack. Nothing else to do, so we can end our turn there. We'll deal 1 damage with the Lightning Orb, taking it down to 2. We then are attacked for 2, but we fully block that. Now we will draw up our hand. If we even get 1 damage, which we immediately drew into, we don't have to keep doing this. We easily defeat the Mad Gremlin. So we're going to gain 2 gold and a card reward. And now, between a Scrape, Overclock, and Barrage, I really don't like any of these for our deck. I know we do generate a lot of orbs for Barrage, but I really just don't like it as a card. I mean, 1 energy for 3 damage if it's full. I mean, obviously better than starter strikes, but I think we're trying to do something a little different here, so we're going to skip. Okay, so now we're at the final campfire, and we can either choose to heal to full or upgrade a card. And I kind of want to heal to full because we are facing the harder bosses for the first time, so how much harder, I'm not really sure. I didn't even check to see exactly how it was different. And I'm going to be honest, I don't think we have enough defend in order to get past this potentially if we get just a couple wrong draws. So I think we do need to heal here just to play it safe. I would like to make it all the way to Act 4 at least. If I die in Act 4, that would be fine. But I want to at least get that far in this run. So let's go ahead and heal and face up against the slime boss. Okay, opening hand time. Let's go. We have a strike, loop, defend, and defend. Okay, early loop could be good. Let's go ahead and roll our die. Okay, on a 3, that is not helpful for us. But at least all it's doing is just giving us those slimes. So we'll spend 1 energy to go ahead and get out our loop. That does give us a block, not that we're going to need it. And we can spend our last 2 energy on 2 basic strikes. To take it down to 21, we end our turn and the lightning orb goes off, taking it down to 20. And then because of loop, it actually triggers again, taking it down to 19. We then get 4 slimes into our discard. Back to us, we'll draw our 5 for a zap, storm, Ascender's Bane, defend, and a dual cast. A roll of the die gets us on a 4. Okay, we're going to get 1 block, 2 damage. So we go up to 1, 2 damage, takes it down to 17. We're getting attacked for 3, as well as getting 2 slimes this turn. So we would like to get a little more block, so let's go ahead and spend 1 in order to play our Storm. That'll give us a block because of Bird-Faced Urn. We can then spend another 1 on a basic defend to get us up to the 3 block we're going to need to block everything. And we can spend our last energy on a zap to get us another lightning channeled. We end our turn and we get 3 total damage with the lightning, taking it down to 14. We're then attacked for 3, which we block, then 2 more slimes into our discard. Now, at the start of our turn, lightning will trigger and we'll get another lightning orb. Storm will trigger. Then we'll draw our 5, which gives us a defend, machine learning, strike, tempest, and a charge battery. And we're getting attacked for 6. So I think we'll start by spending 1 energy in order to play charge battery, which will give us 2 block, and then it will refund that energy because we have 3 orbs. We should also definitely be rolling our die here. That's cocked on a 5, so we'll re-roll, and on a 1, that does not do anything for us. I'll then spend 1 energy on our machine learning, so that will give us another block, also help with card draw at the start of the turn. Spend 1 more energy on a basic defend to go up to 4 block. And our final energy will play a strike to deal 1 damage, taking it down to 13. We end our turn, and 3 more damage from the lightning orb takes it down to 10, plus 1 from loop takes it down to 9. We're then attacked for 6 from the slime boss, so we block 4 of that, take 2, going down to 6. Now it's back to us. At the start of the turn, we will channel a lightning, which will evoke 1 and deal 2 damage, taking it down to 7, and we'll be drawing 6 cards. So we'll get this final one in our deck for the Doom and Gloom and draw 5 more. All right, 5 more cards is going to get us a slime, dual cast, defend, slime, and defend. All right, we don't need the defends because we're just getting more slimes if we don't defeat it. We know we've got 3 damage coming in from the lightning orb, so that is, if it's at 7, we need to deal 4 damage here. Well, 3 because of loop, so I think we can do that. So yeah, we're just going to spend 1 energy in order to play our dual cast. So we evoke 1 of these and deal 4 damage, which brings it down to 3. And because of its on-death ability, we know our, because we only have 2 lightning orbs now. No, we'll get the 1 extra from loop, so that's still 3 total. We will defeat it on its death, so we'll spend our last 2 energy in order to exhaust these slimes. We end our turn, 3 damage, will defeat the slime boss, and it's going to split. Alright, so that large slime got summoned with a strength counter on it. Let's get our next hand here. We're drawing 6 because of machine learning, so defend, zap, slime, tempest, charge battery, and strike. Then we'll also be channeling another lightning to get us back up to 3. Now let's roll the die. Okay, a 4 is pretty good for us. That gives us 1 block, as well as we get to deal 2 damage. And I think we really want to start taking out that large slime. So let's go ahead and deal 2 there, taking it down to 10. First thing we're going to do is spend 1 energy in order to charge battery. So we'll go up to 3 block, and then we'll get that energy refunded. And I think our best course of action here is to just go ahead and play our Tempest. So we're going to channel 3 lightning, which means we're going to evoke 3. So we'll do 4 of that 6 damage, taking this slime down to 1. And then we'll go ahead and do another 2 to this spike slime, taking it down to 3. And when we end our turn, we'll be able to deal a total of 4 individual 1 pings of damage with our orbs as well as loop. So that will take out both the acid and the spike slime. Meaning that we're just going to be attacked for 2 from the large slime. And then we're going to get 2 weaks. And now it's back to us. When we channel another lightning, that'll deal 2 damage. So the large slime goes down to 8. And then we draw another 6. So we have our slime, 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 strike, strike, and defend. Okay. A roll of the die is going to get us a 1, which does nothing for us, and it means we're being attacked for 3. So really not a whole lot we can do about that, like at all. So we'll go ahead and just spend 1 in order to play the defend that we do have to go up to 2 block. And we can spend our last 2 energy just on these 2 basic strikes for 2 more damage, taking it down to 6. And then we end our turn for 4 more damage, taking it down to 2. Or well, I guess our 2 strikes actually deal 0 damage because of our weak, so it is just at 4 still. We're then attacked for 3. We have 2 block, we take 1 damage, and then 2 more slimes. But with that, we know we have our 3 orbs here and our loop, so at the end of the turn, that's 4 damage. It's at 4 HP, so we have defeated the slime boss. So we definitely could have, it seems, defeated that without taking that heal, but then remember that means we also would have only started Act 2 at 5 HP. We would have only healed that 4 instead of going up to full since we stayed that high in our HP. So overall, a really good start to our Ascension 10 run with the Defect, where we're going to attempt to go after the heart. Now let's go ahead and check out our rewards. We get 2 gold, putting us up to 4. Our boss relic choices. We can choose between an Astrolabe, Mark of Pain, or a Ring of the Serpent. Then for our rare cards we have Omniscience. Search your draw pile for an attack or skill, play the card twice for 0 energy, and exhaust it, then shuffle your draw pile and exhaust. Amplify. Dark Orbs evoke for +3 damage. Or a Core Surge. Retain, remove all weak and vulnerable from any player, and 3 damage. Alright, so let me know your choices in the comments. This has been Solo Party. My name is Kane. Thanks for watching.